Democrats are wasting no time politicizing the tragic shooting in Colorado. And among those who immediately injected partisanship into this awful event was the ultimate political opportunist, the man who has no problem changing parties in order to secure his own election. That's New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Now, believe it or not, on Monday, he actually suggested that police go on strike until more gun control laws are in fact passed.
I don't understand why the police officers across this country don't stand up collectively and say, we're going to go on strike. We're not going to protect you unless you, the public, through your legislature, do what's required to keep us safe. After all, police officers want to go home to their families. And we're doing everything we can to make their job more difficult, but more importantly, more dangerous by leaving guns in the hands of people who shouldn't have them.
Now, Mayor Bloomberg later had to walk back his statement, claiming that he didn't mean the police should literally go on strike, and even pointed out that such a walkout would be illegal in New York City. Here to analyze those comments and the other ways that the left is attempting to take advantage of tragedy, not the first time, the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, The Culture of Corruption, Michelle Malkin, Fox News contributor Tamara Holder. Within hours, the Tea Party is blamed. Sean Hannity is mentioned by name, as chronicled by Twitchy, which is Michelle Malkin's website that chronicles the insane comments of the left. Within hours, exploitation used for a political purpose. Why this instant knee-jerk reaction by your side after almost every tragedy to do this? Why?
You don't think it's a knee-jerk reaction to say that comments are insane? All comments by the liberals are insane, and to say, well, Michelle Malkin's new column or new blog is insane comments by the left. You can't take everything for making it. What Michael Bloomberg said wasn't necessarily a reality. He didn't want everybody to just leave.
He said it,
New
and
York
he was
City.
serious, and he obviously didn't know his own law. But
no,
you didn't answer my question. Why is it, if it's Gab Giffords, if it's Tucson, if it's this case, the race to blame the Tea Party is obnoxious. It's unfair.
You did not blame the Tea
unwarranted.
Party. Where are the
Many
blames?
people
Why
did.
was that not your intro then? Why was that not your intro that there was, you were talking about him and the police department,
Tamara,
which is a
he's
separate issue from
exploiting it
crazy
for
man.
political expediency to advance a cause. And I'll throw that to Michelle. This is the point.
Yeah.
It happens after every tragedy. I can list a dozen of them now.
That's right, and I diagnosed it as blame righty syndrome a year ago in the wake of all of the mass murder hysteria after the awful atrocity in Tucson, Arizona. I wish that Tamara would confront reality one of these days. You just played this certifiably insane comment from Michael Bloomberg.
Reality is also not
let me
self-diagnosing.
wait a minute. Let me put the pause button on you, and let me put a pause button on this entire madness that we've had after the Aurora atrocity. Michael Bloomberg, who was an elected government official, essentially endorsed anarchy. He called on police officers who are paid and who are employed by the government to protect and to serve to go on strike. And then afterwards, he had to eat his own words because, of course, his lawyers probably reminded him of something called the Taylor Ordinance, which prohibits government officials from officially endorsing public strikes like this, which endanger the public. These people are not concerned about public welfare, public safety, or self-defense and individual empowerment. Because if they were, they would be groveling on the ground, apologizing. Not only to the law-abiding people, not only to the law-abiding people of New York City, because I really don't know who should be more offended.
You tell me you're not
because you
going to
act like one and you think like
tell
one,
me to
Tamara,
shut.
and it's time for the left to
conversation here, and don't tell me to shut up.
All right.
Really?
Respond.
Okay, first I would like to say that I think that the liberals are losing this argument. Okay, now maybe I'll get one conservative follower of yours to actually agree with what I'm saying. I think that the liberals lose the argument when they call these weapons assault weapons, which I have done myself, and I have been willing to become educated. They're not assault weapons. They do not kill as well as a moose rifle or as well as a rifle.
Getting off topic.
No. But the problem is separating the crazies from the inner city from what Mayor Bloomberg is stupidly and foolishly saying. The issue of guns is larger than just a 5-minute debate. people die in different ways in this country.
The question is
different gun problems.
The exploitation within moments of a tragedy and the blame, and this is what you chronicled, Michelle. They blame the Tea Party, they blame you, they blame me, they blame Fox, they blame Talk Radio, Rush Limbaugh, Mark Levin, the list goes on. And go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, the problem with people like Michael Bloomberg and the problem with people like Tamara Holder is they don't think about what they're saying. I mean, I actually take the time to listen.
And you take the time to study in your closet.
Just a couple of minutes ago,
write your poem
you called us essentially haters and insane for condemning Michael Bloomberg's remarks. And then you just said a couple seconds ago that what he said was nutty. And we chronicle time and time again this paroxysm, this mass murder hysteria.
The White House chronicling some tapes? You chronicle, you diagnose, you self-diagnose, you come up with all these rhymes. Your name is not Robert Frost. You're not a poet. Let's get to the issues.
This is just an extension of you're just a blogger. Okay, I've heard this before. I've been
not just a blogger.
I've worked in journalism for the last 20 years, and we chronicle every time you have this knee-jerk blaming, and you say, well, who was it? Who did that? ABC News did it. All of these left-wing Hollywood celebrities, all of the people who went after your friend and mine, Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh. We're always hearing about how it's conservative, free speech, and political activism, the Tea Party movement, that is to blame for these nutballs who are responsible for their own behavior. Why can't we at least agree on that? Please.
No, I've agreed on that.
You don't agree.
The crazier thing about this man is that he could have taken the bomb that was in his house and he could have put it in his car and he could have driven it through a theater and caused a lot more damage than with these guns that he had.
The point is that conservatives get blamed, and this is a false narrative by the left. And this, by the way, and in political ways, it's dirty air, dirty water. In political ways, it's Republicans want to throw Granny over the cliff.
Safety is not a political issue, and the issue of Michael Bloomberg is
left. That's the point. It's being exploited by the left, and it's not just Mayor Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg is moronic.
All right. And thank you, Michelle. Good to see you. And thank you, Tamara. Coming up. Now, the president proves yet again that he does not have the